Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Pedicab Driver, a Hong Kong martial arts film from 1989 that stars Sammo Hung, who also directed the film. Now, Tung, played by Sammo Hung, and his friend Malted Candy, played by Max Mok, are pedicab drivers working the streets of Macao. Tung falls in love with an employee of a bakery, and Malted Candy unknowingly falls in love with a prostitute. The problem is that both of their objects of affection are working under cruel and lecherous bosses. Somehow, the pair must find a way to win the ladies' hearts and free them from their unpleasant jobs. First and foremost, the fights in Pedicab Driver are really good. Now, if you want an exhibition of the power behind Sammo's striking abilities, this is a good example. I mean, I would not want to be a stuntman who is taking these hits. It has to hurt. Obviously, Sammo has more meat on his bones when compared to some of the other Hong Kong action stars, but his technique is like fine-tuned so much, he could really sell a hit. However, perhaps the most remarkable aspect and most remarkable thing about him is that his agility is extremely impressive for a bigger guy. He does cartwheels and performs jump flips over tables. It's crazy. Now, in terms of specific fights, the opening brawl in the restaurant is quite fun. It's a nice way to start the movie. It immediately elevates it. So, as a viewer, you know that you're in for some high-quality action. There are some legit traditional-style martial arts duels in this as well. Sammo goes up against lecherous at one point, and it's a pretty awesome scene. I mean, it goes from like a hand-to-hand fight scene to a bow staff fight with a high number of just fast combos and maneuvers. It almost reminded me a little bit of the Jackie Chan fight with lecherous under the train in Drunken Master 2. That's kind of like the quality you get here. It's one of the best scenes in the entire film. Near the end, it gets pretty serious. The bad guys break out machetes and go for the kill. It's hard-hitting, and our protagonist may not make it out alive. Billy Chow is a tough bodyguard for the main baddie at the end. His fight with Sammo is another highlight. And when you think about it, Billy Chow has been in a number of just classic fights in his career. One of which, of course, is this fight with Jet Li in Fist of Legend. So he gets another one here. And there's even a cool pedicab car chase. A pedicab chase versus a car. And, it's pretty interesting. Sammo and another passenger getting, slammed against stone walls and stuff. Forced to jump off road and stuff like that. It's pretty good stuff, man. In terms of action, this movie delivers. In typical Hong Kong style, you get some lighthearted comedy in here. It's mixed in with some serious moments. The pedicab conflicts early on are actually quite humorous. There's actually a Star Wars reference that's pretty amusing. I think it works, as do the dramatic elements. Sammo's character's pretty likable. He can fight well and he works hard, but he's kind of a womanizer who can get his mother's business into trouble if he angers the remaining large customer. That's expressed at the beginning of the film. So he's got his problems. Although I will say that Max Mok's character was kind of out of line. The way he treated his girl when he finds out that she's a prostitute, that was not very nice of him. I kind of didn't really like his character after that. He does come around later, of course, but he's kind of a mixed bag in terms of likability. This movie also features cameo appearances by a few other recognizable actors. Now, one possible criticism is that the dramatic and comedic elements do take up a good chunk of runtime. It's not a significant problem by any means, but I would have enjoyed maybe one more fight scene in the middle. You know what I mean? I think it would have maximized the pacing. But it's kind of a nitpick. Pedicab Driver, it's a must-watch for fans of martial arts movies. It would make a very good introduction to Sammo Hung for those who are unfamiliar with him. It's currently available on DVD. You will most likely find the English dub version, since the original Cantonese track seems to be kind of difficult to find nowadays, or at least I found it kind of difficult to track down. But obviously, if you could find the Cantonese version, you'll watch that one. But again, check this film out any way that you can. If you can only find the English dub, just watch it anyway. And as always, I will see you next time.